Hi, this is Group 3 presentation, which is prepared by Hamid Nabati, Pedro Vidal Puche, and Fredrik Einarsson. What we are going to talk about in this presentation is industry analysis of Scania. I will start with the structure of presentation. The presentation is divided into 6 parts. We have chosen the Scania as the company that we want to do the analysis. So I will give a brief presentation on Scania company itself first. Then I will look at horizontal and vertical dimension of Scania market. And then I will talk about Scania bus and couch products and market competitors. Then my colleague Pedro will take over the presentation and he will talk about the Porter's 5 forecast analysis, and then also he talks about the current strategic positioning and value net of the company. And finally, Fredrik present the future trends and review of financial statement. Scania is a Swedish manufacturer of trucks, buses, and industrial engines. The company established in 1911 as Scania Vabis in Malmö, Sweden, and then in 1912 the main operation and headquarters moved to Södertälje, Sweden, and it still is located there. It has different facilities all around the world, including Sweden itself, Brazil, Netherlands, Argentina, France, Poland, Finland, India, and Russia. One of the main success factors for Scania is its modular system, which has become a core of the business model. This modular system helps Scania to produce a product that matches with customer requirements, and it helps the Scania to establish the market in different areas of world with different taste of the products. And the main type of Scania products are trucks, buses, and engines. The picture on the right side depicts the global net sale in 2018 for different Scania products and services. As you can see, the trucks has the highest share, and then its service-related products that produce about 19% of the net sale. And then buses with 8% sits in the third row. The main focus of report is the buses, and we try to analyze the Scania buses market. It's good at the beginning of the analysis we have a look to the vertical and horizontal dimensions of Scania market. Transportation is one of the major industries in the world. It covers a wide range of activities and includes both transportation of passengers and goods through land, air, or sea. The figure shows the main types of transportation. As you can see, it's airplane, buses, trains, trucks, or even our bicycles are part of the transportation industry. The transportation industry can be divided to several distinguished vertical markets, where every vertical market focuses on a special service or products. Within this vertical market chain, Scania provides solutions and vehicles for heavy transport applications, including buses and trucks, as well as industrial engines, which are used in products of other firms, mainly operating in the transportation industry, like marine. These specialized targeted service and products cover 36 different applications like construction and urban applications, which creates a very good comparative advantage for the company. In 2018, total of about 88,000 units of trucks, about 8,500 units of buses and couches, and almost about 13 units of engines have been delivered to different areas market. Demand for transportation is still increasing, and especially in Europe, the demand for good transportation is really high. and creates a good market opportunity for Scania trucks and buses. Regarding the horizontal dimension of Scania market, industrial engines are the main part of its horizontal market actually. The same engine can be used in different industries like power generation, marine application, or pumping stations. And also, this engine can be used in different buses or different trucks. Scania value chain. It comprises of the few components: suppliers, production, sales and service, end of life, R&D, on the road, logistic, and mobility. Among them, suppliers, production, and products and service sales are the most important ones. Another important component of Scania value chain is end of life. Scania is trying to increase the product life cycle as much as possible and also tries to produce products that are more than 90% recyclable. The main strategy is to remove non-recyclable components from the end product to make them more and more environmentally friendly. Scania, as an international company, has a global geographical operational coverage. It is operating internationally in all continents, and sale and service facilities are available in about 100 countries. The central purchasing is located in Södertälje, Sweden, with local offices in China, Russia, India, and Latin America. Part supplying facilities are based in Belgium, Brazil, and Singapore. Regional production centers are located in Sweden, Russia, South Africa, India, Thailand, Malaysia, Brazil, and Taiwan. Market statistics for 2018 are shown in the picture. For trucks and industrial engine and also Scania's extensive service, Europe is the main source of revenue for the company. However, the majority of bus products were sold to the American market and mainly in Brazil. Figure also shows that the Scania markets are in the flying order. First is Europe, and then it's America, then comes Asia, and then Africa and Oceania, and last is Eurasia. Scania is expanding quickly in Asia and American market and follows the strategy of regional expansion and launching local assembly facility in the countries of target market. For example, recently Scania has opened a new assembly factory in Bangkok in Thailand. Competitors. Scania has a global presence in the bus market and offers a complete range of buses and coaches. But it's not alone in the market. There are companies like Daimler, Volvo, and MAN which are competing in the same market. Anyhow, as number of competitors in this market is limited and also entry to the market is not easy, the competition can be characterized as oligopoly. Herfindahl index is calculated actually, and the value is about 0.35, which is between 0.2 and 0.6, and it confirms that the market has the oligopoly characteristics.
The Porter's Five Forces analysis has been carried out on Scania. This is a qualitative analysis that identifies individual forces that can threaten current profits of the company. The market is defined by manufacturers of commercial buses, and the framework is composed by internal rivalry in the middle of all forces, where there is a direct price competition, technology and quality, which suppose a medium to high threat to the company profits. Scania already counts with an extensive experience as a bus manufacturer, with technological know-how, patents and established distribution channels. In contrast, new entrants to the market can have difficulties and barriers to entry as additional costs. The threat for Scania is therefore low. Scanian competitors offer different buses which can be considered substitutes to each other. In addition, there are transportation substitutes as cars, metro lines, trams, etc., which can suppose a medium level of threat to the company profits. Suppliers have as well a medium threat power to the profits. They can sell replacement to all companies in the market and sign exclusivity contracts with competitors. Buyers' power can suppose a medium level threat to profits, since they usually buy large amounts to complete and renovate their fleets. Therefore, they can ask for package prices between many manufacturers. In the strategic positioning, Scania must differentiate from competitors by product price and quality, and it has the competitive advantage of the accumulated experience. For value creation, the company must aim to increase customer benefits while reducing the production costs. Scania should know what drives customers to buy the buses and also adapt to the new trends and technologies to reduce a threat of profitability from competitors. The company can take cost leadership and create more value by reaching benefit parity when making similar buses with the same benefit but lower cost than rivals. Also, by benefit proximity, when offering its product at a slightly lower benefit than competitors while producing the goods at a lower cost. Create more value by benefit advantage could be done by offering products with higher benefits than competition. In addition, if company has lower benefit, it can reach benefit parity with competitors while keeping the cost of production lower than them. Scania's cost drivers are the accumulated experience, as we said before, professionalized management, and the quantity of factories which affects the reduction of the production costs. Input prices such as wages, energy, and materials are also relevant. With benefit drivers, a firm can create benefit advantage for a product, providing more value to the buyers in comparison with competition, increasing benefit. Scania and the analyzed competitors in this report show a broad coverage to serve all customer groups, offering a wide line of related products such as city buses, intercity buses, and touring coaches. Focus strategies are related with customer, product, and geographic specialization, which all the companies aim for in order to take more share of the market. Regarding the value net of the company, Adam Brandenberger and Barry and Leboeuf explain in their book Co-Opetition that interaction between companies can improve profits. They created the value net concept, which takes into account competitors, suppliers, buyers, and also complementors, as in addition to the 5 forces analysis, since it considers opportunities also. To calculate the expected profit of a firm being part of the value net is used the following formula: firm X profit from the value net is equal to overall value of the net when the firm X participates minus the overall value of the net when it does not participate. Following, there are the possible positive interactions between companies, which are efforts by competitors to set technology standards, as Volvo to travel with their buses is 10 times safer than cars. Efforts by competitors to promote favorable regulations as tax deductions with the reduction of CO2 emissions. Cooperation among firms and suppliers to boost demand. For example, Scania is investing in suppliers for new technologies. And finally is the cooperation among firms and suppliers to improve the product efficiency.
Last part of this presentation, we're going to review the financial statements in order to be able to provide suggestions for future strategy. We're going to go through the net sales, the operating income, the balance sheet, the income statement, and from that derive the financial ratios. First out is the net sales. And as we can see in the table to the right, there was a total growth of 11% over all the product areas. However, nothing in particular stands out except for the engines part, which grew by 51%. However, that was explained due to legislation issues which caused a build-up effect. At the operating income, the bottom line, we see that this operating margin is rather stable at 9.3% for the Vehicles and Services division and changed slightly for the Financial Services. but remains rather stable around 10.1% for the group in total. We can also see that the net sales is growing by 12%, and that is quite similar to the growth in net sales, which means that the group does not get any further scale advantage. A bit deeper and looking at the balance sheet, we find that the assets are increasing by 14%, which is more than the growth in net sales. We also see that the inventory is increasing significantly, and that the interest-bearing receivables also do that. Is it harder for the company to get paid? And do they require increased inventory in order to sell? Income statement, we see the great growth that we saw previously, but otherwise nothing in particular stands out. Final part of the quantitative analysis of the financial statements, we look at the financial ratios. And we see here that the company is gaining lower returns on their capital employed, and that it is the vehicles and services division which shows the highest increase in equity per asset. This further entrenches the assumption that we made earlier, that the company requires higher capital. And finally, based on the previously presented quantitative analysis, the group presents their suggestions for future strategy. First suggestion. It was apparent that a company required unproportionally more capital in order to increase the revenues and profits. Therefore, the company should try to increase their value proposition by increasing the benefit that their customers gain from their products and services without binding more capital, and to be able to charge a higher price. Such solutions could be to monitor the vehicles with computer chips networked in order to increase the availability of the vehicles and suggest maintenance before something happens. Could also be to decrease the fuel consumption of the vehicles in order to reduce the costs of their customers. Another suggestion could be to vertically integrate the driver services by providing self-driving vehicles and eliminating driver altogether. In order to increase the economies of scale, the company could also rearrange the companies within the Traton Group in order to create scale benefits in production and marketing. One such solution could be to create one company for buses and one for trucks.